Hey Sagittarius, this is a great week. We're gonna get into it. Let's do it. So I'm gonna start off with the astrology, guys, and then we're gonna move into the cards. Sagittarius, this is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. This is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Sagittarius content comes out every single week on Tuesday at 8 a.m. That's over here Pacific time. I always create an extended reading for those of you who want to join me for a deeper message or you want to get more details. Check that out. The link is below, or join my Unbound channel membership here on Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It'll give you access to all the extended readings for the life of your membership, plus all the other channel perks, and I can't wait to have you join those live chats that we have for members only. It's really cool. So also I have a second YouTube channel. It's called Astrology Motivation, where I do general tarot card readings every day, or Monday through Friday, and it's a live chat, so I'd love to have you join over there too. So I'll leave the link above, and yeah, check it out. Okay, so listen, Jupiter's always in a good spot because it's Jupiter, right? And right now, Jupiter is still in Aries. So like I told you, you're kind of like moving along, and there's no way that you're not gonna move forward. But the interesting thing about the aspects this week, and it could go into, could last for a while, is that it's in an uncomfortable position to both of the nodes. And the nodes, of course, are our path through this life. Based on our karma or our dharma from the past life and the karma that we're creating in this new life to set up where we're going to go in our next life. So it's that path, right, of how we learn, and how closely we stick to that path, or of learning. It's just learning. It's about learning. And Jupiter loves to learn. It loves to expand because it's in not horrible, but challenging aspects to the South Node and the North Node. There's sort of this tension of maybe not knowing which way to go, or understanding that changes have to be made, but what the fuck? What are the changes that I have to make? There will be those sort of irritations that are happening, like that you can't necessarily understand. Well, okay, if something's off with what I was doing, or the direction I was heading, okay, well, what do I have to change? But those answers aren't coming. There will be clarity here. I think the challenges will offer you a lot of clarity this week. And the reason why I think that is because, clarity is going to be really awesome. There's a sextile, which is a very strong aspect and a very positive aspect between Jupiter and Mercury. And as soon as Mercury goes into Gemini, I think tomorrow or today. Oh, fucking clarity. I mean, are you kidding me? Mercury is out of retrograde, and this is how it's going to help you, because it's sextile, and sextile is about working together and finding solutions. That's the relationship between two planets when they're in the sextile. So ultimately, Mercury is going to be what helps you find solutions. And what is Mercury? Mercury is thought. Mercury is intellect. Mercury is what makes sense. Mercury is communications and information coming into you. So this is a great time to get all that together, to get all that intellectual ducks in a row, study, research. All of that is going to work really well to help you start setting up things. It may not be the perfect week for you to launch something, except when that North Node goes conjunct to Venus. Then, well, you'll see very clearly what the challenges are, especially when it comes to where your heart is, or what value you've put on things. Whatever challenges to moving forward are value-based, money, relationship-based, just what you care about the most. Ultimately, that will reveal itself very clearly around Thursday of this week. So those things could become really evident as to the dissonance that you're going to have to deal with. And clarity is the superpower this week. And you're in a wonderful position to Mercury. So things are going to be not only are you going to have clarity, but you're going to have cleverness on your side. So you can work it out. Like now, usually, as fire signs, you're all about movement forward, but you don't necessarily think before you act. well, or think before you speak. But there's going to be a lot of cleverness that comes to the words that you say and how you can communicate, and people are going to be willing to listen to you. So ultimately, if you can get somebody in a conversation, you'll be able to convince somebody of what you need in order to move, in order to move your peg one step further. So really, it's that communication, that intellect, that cleverness, that wittiness, even friendships to a certain capacity. Maybe start making connections and start building your network and making friends. You'll be able to really making friends in the direction you want to go, or in the industry that you want to be in. Whatever it is, this is going to be a secret to your success, or building up your success for the future, is the relationships that you start to make now, because you'll be able to do that very easily. Mercury is in Gemini. That's where it's the friendliest and where it's the most open-minded, and it likes to talk to people, and it's very witty and clever and entertaining when it talks to people. So you're going to have, and Jupiter will just expand that and make your cleverness grow so much, and it's just going to be great energy, because Mercury is out of retrograde, it's out of shadow period, and it's out of Taurus, where things are sensical and pedantic and no, now it's free. It's in its home of Gemini. It's a perfect time to have that sextile to it, because you can really sort of expand your ideas or your relationships with people, or get a lot of information by making new friends, which will also help you in other ways. In other words, you're not just valued for how much money you make. You're valued for the friendships that you have. You're valued for how you make people feel. So it's through friendships this week that you're going to get your most help, your most benefits, and your most joy. So keep that in mind. Let's get into the cards. I can't wait to see. Sagittarius, what have you got? What's the word? What's the word on my Saggies, please? What's the word on the Saggies? Oh, dearie, dearie, dear. Oh, dear. So this is Virgo energy. Happy birthday, Michelle Sandigate. This is Virgo energy. This could also be maybe you've been watching your health, or trying to change things with your health, or trying to be more gentle or kind. It's definitely saying be gentle, be kind, be patient, be tender, be sweet, be loving, or that somebody is going to be loving you. This is a Virgo energy. It's just treating yourself better, being nicer. I think that's what it is. And I think that especially with the sextile to Mercury, between Mercury and Jupiter, I just feel like it's going to be just easier for you to be more tender, and for you to really want to listen to people and understand them before maybe passing judgments. I think that you'll just have those wits about you this week. But this could also be love, which would have been a little askew. We have know your worth. Okay. Know why people love you, because this may be it. It's almost like, in some ways, that relationship to the North and South node, Jupiter doesn't really realize, you guys aren't really realizing why people value you. You think it's for all these other reasons, and it's not. It's because of other things about you. And I think that this is not necessarily other people and how they treat you being skewed, but it's like how you think of you being skewed, right? And this is know your worth. Slow and steady wins the race. In other words, it's not about productivity, or it's not the end game. You're always trying to get there as quickly as possible. It's not about the win. It's about how you play. Have you played unfairly in the past? That will catch up to you this week. If you have been unfair or mistreated or made others feel like shit in the past, that will catch up to you this week. To show you that it's really not about the win that helps you win. It's about how do you make people feel in the process. And the people who do value you, I don't think you realize why they value you. You may have it in your head that it's for a certain reason, but it's not that reason. I think it's got a lot more to do with them liking you, right? Set healthy boundaries. Let me just take some time with this. Slow and steady wins the race. Don't let somebody mistreat you, especially if somebody's draining you, especially your health. Don't let somebody mistreat you. And this is where it's going to become very clear who's respecting you, who's disrespecting you. And then ultimately you having then to put boundaries in place because you don't, because you have to. Set healthy boundaries. Healthy boundary is not the Great Wall of China. It's like sometimes you need it, but it's very rare. It's like, what boundaries do you actually need? Do you need a boundary here at all? If you do, what kind do you put up? Is it a white picket fence? Is it a barbed wire fence? Like, healthy boundaries is learning how to put the right ones there, that will help keep as much flowing in your life as possible, because you don't want to create blockages in your life, but you do want to create conduits and channels so that everything flows correctly instead of drowning you, right? So know what you're worth. I see you definitely showing people or demonstrating to people that you are worth more, or insisting on being seen as more than just the fun or the comic relief or the fun person in the room, that you have more a substance to you than that. And ultimately you'll be able to show it by how you behave and how you treat others, especially with kindness and gentleness. If something is, there's something in the past, Jesus Christ. If somebody has been taking advantage of your health, you will need to set boundaries this week. Including if it's you. So we have these kind of cockamamie ones in the past. Learn from the past, and life is a mystery. So what it's saying to me is, this is something in the past that you just didn't get. It slipped by you. You skipped the class. Like you didn't get the hint. You didn't get the lesson. Probably because you were going so fast that you skipped right over it. There's something to do with speed and motion and hard-headedness and stubbornness that's keeping almost you blocked from something that you needed to know. It's also a sense of, for some reason, you could have been protected. That's just you. And enjoy being a Sagittarius because it's wonderful. Life is a mystery, and learn from the past. Yeah, something slipped by you. You didn't get it when it was happening to you. Or you continue to, make the same mistakes and not really understand why. You didn't see yourself making the same mistakes. Maybe you thought this could have been a matriarch. This could have been a mother energy. This could have been, it could be father too, something paternal or maternal, something. It's like almost like something to do with family. Something to do with family that you didn't fully, completely understand, or was still a mystery to you. It could have to do with bloodline too. So that could be coming out now. Or you realizing that you have to set these boundaries now because ultimately it really went badly in the past. That somebody decided to not confront this. It could be with health. It could just be with how you treat others. But it's almost like somebody decided to not confront this, decided to not see it, maybe to run away from it, to not confront it. Well, now you're confronted with it, and you have co-create with Spirit, because Spirit's like, you can run, but you can't hide. I'll find you wherever you go. So that's definitely that North Node, that tense connection to the North Node right now. This sense of, you have to deal with this. This isn't something you can continue to move away from. But in other words, that's why it's like, slow down. Don't try to rush past this. I'm slowing you down so that you can learn what you need, to have what you need to be able to move forward, but you can't skip over this again. In other words, I'm saying whatever you skipped over in the past, it's coming up to you now, and you have to confront it. You have to deal with it. You could have been putting off paying a bill for a while, and especially with that North Node with Venus, could have to do with finances or romances. There's something that you have been putting off, and it's been a challenge to you. It's been getting in your way. It would have been getting in your way. But that's because you didn't deal with, you tried to keep skipping over it. You tried to keep avoiding it. You can't avoid it. This is definitely when you're sort of going to be held accountable. Co-create with Spirit, or just, you kind of have to Because it's not that you did something wrong. Well, you tried to avoid it. That's kind of what it is. Co-create with spirit. It could come in the form of bad news, but it's not bad news. Well, it is bad news, but it's bad news that you kind of like, you knew, or come on, you understand why it's there. You have to deal with it now. It's been a long time coming, and now it's landed on your fucking plate. And that's just what you have to do. Trust that spirit will take you through this, guide you through this, and that it's being delivered to you now for all the right reasons, right? Because it has to be. There's no, I'm going to say this. There's no questioning it. Just deal with it and do it because you have to. Stop trying to avoid it, because it's trying to avoid it that keeps it karmic and keeps coming back around to you. Slow it the fuck down. Value yourself enough and know that you've got this in you. You can do this. You don't have to try to skip over it. The only way around this isn't whittling your way or cheating your way through. You have the wherewithal. And this week, you have the intellect. You 100,000% can do this week. You know, you will know which direction to turn, which direction to go. You'll know what to say no to or what pace to set for yourself. Okay? Sagittarius. No, I need you to tell me about Sagittarius because some of it's... there's going to be a weird offer that's made to you from somebody unexpected. I feel like it's more of a learning experience than anything else. We have Taurus energy, which is how we value things. That's that Venus energy. And Cancerian energy, which is fourth house energy. How do you value your family? I feel like maybe you were ostracized from the family or treated somebody like an alien, pushed them away, that you didn't want them around. Scorpionic energy is here, meaning this is an intended second chance. Like this is the time to do things differently. Rise from the ashes, do it better, not repeat the same mistakes twice. Mother energy, caring, loving somebody for who they are, or allowing yourself to be loved for exactly who you are. Because yeah, maybe you are the black sheep, or maybe you don't fit in because you are weird, but weird is beautiful. Right? And there's a sense of finally finding a tenderness. It took a while. It also took you not backing down or making excuses for yourself. Right? Not trying to fit in. It took you to do that and realize I can just be loved for me. Taurus energy is definitely, how have you valued family, or how has your family valued you? Because there's something that's leveling up here. Either getting a second chance, getting redeemed, or moving to another level, maybe a level that you never really thought it was possible. There could be moving here. Friendship and family. Friendship, family, and money. They're playing big because we have Taurus, Aquarius, and Cancer. They're playing a big part in your life this week. It's your relationships. How you've treated people that are going to be what helps you succeed or fail this week. I know. Could you give me a little bit more specifics, please? Somebody that you don't expect is going to help you out more than ever. It's almost like in some ways you didn't think this person even had the knowledge. Or this is a person that was looking completely in the opposite direction, especially if this is a boss. They didn't think you knew how to do this stuff. They didn't think you were capable. When in reality, you were the only one that was capable, or you're dropping bombs on them now that says, hey, you're like the only one that can help them. So it's sort of the surprise assistance that's coming. Whether you're giving it or receiving it, or maybe in different phase, like in different situations in your life, It's different. So at one time you could be receiving and then you could be on the giving end. You may be lending a helping hand to somebody that you never thought you would be offering this to. Or vice versa, somebody that you never thought would help you out is the one that's lending you a helping hand. And it's in some ways actually revitalizing your faith in people and what you can do and what you're capable of, and making you see your value in a different way. You could finally be feeling value from a person in your life, especially a mother figure or something. Finally be feeling value that you haven't. But I think that there's definitely something more here. I'm going to go to the extended. Guys, I hope that you'll join me. The link is below. We're going to get deeper into this. Deeper into the specifics. And I will see you guys there.